Like they have a coordinator with them, but they are still turning back to go and carry their slippers, or reminding the coordinator that you've not called my husband. Oh, my husband's wristwatch is in my bag. Sister, why you now? Small. Let others do the work you pay them for. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, yeah, this is me. My name is Abigail David Ajay. I'm excited to have you guys here. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button now and the notification button so that every single time I post a new video, you're one of the first people to know and to watch so that you can see my fine face. I can't wait to share what we have to talk about today. I'm very sure you're going to have fun. Please just sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Today we'll be talking about cholerics in business, and how to work with them and how to use their potentials to grow your business. If you're a choleric, how to be a better business person as a choleric. That's what we'll be talking about today. As much as I've probably just been talking about the negatives, if you have been picking the positives, good for you. But they have a lot of advantages as well. The first thing is they are very determined people. If you give them a task, tell them that this is what you're supposed to achieve, they will do everything within their power to achieve that task. And I feel like that is a very strong advantage because they are dependable people. I spoke about how sanguines you can give, like they are so overwhelmed with so many things. That can never happen with a choleric because they are so determined. They wouldn't get distracted just because you added one more task, because they are good at following procedures, right? And that means you can trust that they have done their job properly. As I just said, I think they will be the most reliable of all the temperaments. I may be wrong, but to me they are the most reliable, because if they say they are going to be there, they are going to be there, and they do everything within their power to show up when they need to show up. As long as they've given you their word, they make sure they do it. So yeah, they are very, very reliable. You can trust them 100%. Even if there's a crisis and you call a choleric in the middle of the night, they are ready to go because they are unemotional. They tend to neglect people that care about them. So emotion doesn't come first, logic comes first. So if in that moment it's not logical for them to go meet their families, they feel like they would rather save the world. They are good scientists as well. They are a secret service agent, and then the world is about to come to an end. If they can build something that will save the world, they would rather spend their last days building that thing than with their families. That's just who they are. They're organized and detailed. So if you don't want a scattered person, a person that's going to be all over the place, if you want somebody that is precise, knows how this thing, they have a to-do list. Some of them have plans for 10 years, So if you need techniques followed to the T, that is who you should call. They'll be good pilots as well. But because they are organized and detail oriented, just know that everything you are doing with them must be on point. The arranging napkin, it must align. Everything must look the same. You can't put one eye up and put the second eye down. You cannot work with them. They are charismatic. That I already said earlier. So because they are charismatic, they are very sure of themselves. They are okay to speak in public. They are okay to address anybody addressable. They're okay with that. I mentioned earlier that they're very competitive, and you might think it to be a negative, but I think it's actually a positive. Because of their competitiveness, they're always growing. They're always looking for new ways to learn new things, always doing research. They are updated because they are competitive. So you can choose to see it anyhow you want to, but they always know what's up. They're constantly learning just so that they win whatever they're trying to do. When a choleric is doing something, the choleric does it and does it well. If you put them in charge of a project and they're going to bid for a job, you just need to explain to them the importance of that job, and they put in their all to make sure they deliver the best. Another advantage is they're unshakable. Now every human being is shakeable, right? But as a choleric, you have extra foam to take most of the things that life throws at them. So you have an event planner that's a choleric, and maybe the caterer doesn't show up with food, first thing on their mind is to make sure they come up with a good substitute for the food. They can come up with anything. Remember, they are problem solvers. So just to get out of that mess, they'll come up with a solution. After the solution, they can call to shout. But in that moment, once they have a problem, their job is to solve it. So almost nothing stabilizes them because they know what they're trying to achieve. Once you give in a choleric job to do, they know what you want. Trust me, they're going to deliver. As long as they understand what you're trying to achieve, they'll do your job for you. They never disappoint. You don't need to be your friends, like Sam will be your friend and then be able to negotiate that. They will bully you to giving them the discount. Those people that will call you and tell you the advantage of working with them, like the benefit you get from giving them the discount they're requesting for. They might not necessarily beg you, to be fair, they might not beg you, but they will tell you the benefits that you yourself would achieve from giving them what they want. Unlike the sanguines, the choleric is not here to inspire, to acquire, but they lead by example. Like I said, they're very good leaders. So if they say we must achieve this goal, then you must do. Because they believe themselves to be superheroes, more or less. So even when they are very sick, or even if they are dying, they would put in their all to achieve that goal that they have to achieve. Then they can go home and cry, or go home and sleep, or go home and die, you know. But in that moment, because your leader is putting in the work, they're not going to sit down, they're hands-on people. So if you have a choleric as a leader, they are doing the job with you most times. Even if they've told you the tasks to do, a lot of times they'll come and cross-check the work that you've done, or come and join you in the work. So while they're telling you you need to work hard, they are working harder. Their work is not to inspire, to acquire. They are using their actions. So they lead by example. That's just it. And that's an amazing quality. Every time we are talking about any temperament, do well to look for how it will benefit you in your role or in your business. Now we're going to talk about how this choleric temperament affects us in business. Whether you're dealing with a choleric customer, you've been employed by choleric, or you are the choleric yourself in the business. Now, if you don't understand what I mean by temperament, personality, and all those things, I built a very solid foundation 2 weeks ago. If you don't relate, please go back and watch it. I'm in the decking stage now, so nobody should ask me what is this. Go to that video and find out, okay? And if you don't want to go back to watch that video, if you don't get it, forget about it. What is wrong with me? Oh yeah, no verse, but I will explain as much as I can, so that if you've not watched the previous one, you understand. But please do well to go back to the other video. Thank you. Have you ever had a customer come to your DM and be like, oh, I already have everything planned out, I already know how I want it to be? You know, they want to order food, they want to order cake, they want to order, maybe they want you to even plan the event. They are using industry related terms. You know, like a regular customer is coming to meet you and it's like, oh, I want some coordinators, I want some ushers. You know, they know the terms. Oh, I want fondant on this side, I want ice cream on that other one. And you're like, I thought you said you want to order something. You know, they are very conversant. Like when they want a service or they want a product, they go and do their study. You know, all those very active people, they know the details. You're telling them something, you're explaining, oh, I know that you need 6 ushers, and they're like, well, I'm also aware that 5 can work. You know, they're arguing with you, but intellectually they come with a design and you're like, oh, do you want exact or you want different? And they tell you, I want exactly what I sent to you. Those are cholerics. They know what they want and they will do everything to get what they want. They do their research. You know, they're asking you industry-based questions as well. So they want to hire you for a job. Now they come meet you, but they would question you like, say, Naiza, you want right? Yeah. It's not because they don't trust you. It's because they want to be sure that you can deliver on what they want without being disappointed. I don't know, this might ruffle a few feathers, but you see those people that are sure that they want strictly by invite wedding. You're trying to convince them, oh, you live in this village, or you'll do your wedding in the village and everybody will come. And then I tell you, no, I'm absolutely sure there's 100 people that will come, and on that day it's 100 people. Like sometimes I've even had a client that her family members respected themselves, like they knew who they were dealing with. Now them, they like their own family members were afraid to invite more people. Like they were like, she said it's 50 that we have, and it's 50 we have. Those kind of clients that even when you're advising them otherwise, they're like, no, I already have something in my head and that's how I want it to be. Those are cholerics. The ones that feel like they are trying to teach you your job. You say, okay, I want this exact cake in this picture. You deliver on a cake that looks similar but it's not the same, and they're the ones that will be pointing out, oh, look at this detail, it's not the same thing. They're the ones, or they're like saying that, oh, they don't really need pictures, they don't want to take so many pictures because they want to go to the venue to go and see how the venue is. It's their own wedding, but they are making sure that they're the ones calling the vendors. A lot of times they have an event planner, but they are still checking and double checking the event planner's job. They want to have your full attention because they paid for it. Now it sounds like I'm just giving out the negative side of them, but that is who they are. Honestly, working with them is always a completely different experience because they may know how many people they want to plan for, they may know the kind of food they want served, they may know the colors, they may have all those details. But when you ask them questions about entertainment, unlike the sanguines that know entertainment and don't know the details, these ones know the details and don't really care about the entertainment. A lot of times they just want to get the job done. So when you ask them about say who is the DJ or who is the MC, they just say you just get anyone. They might not be interested in who you're hiring for the job because that's not important to them, but they'll be interested in what that person is delivering. They don't know more than what they want on their to-do list. So if they have to dance or whatever, they have that list already. So they are the ones reminding you this DJ is going to play by 3 o'clock, by 4 o'clock. They are not interested in the jokes the MC is going to crack. They are just interested in the fact that the MC is going to be able to call all the names properly at the right time and ensure that the event goes according to plan. A choleric may never actually even know your name. They may not know where you're from, but they will ensure you're doing your job. They want to be given the accolades. They want to be recognized for how good they are. And as a result of that, they tend to do too much. It tends to look like they are doing too much, Those are cholerics. When you're working with them, there's no rest until you guys have done your job. You know how some people used to keep some work and then they'll come back tomorrow to continue the job? That can't be. A choleric will never do that. A choleric wants to do the job in that moment, finish whatever duties they've been given before they move on to the next thing. So if you have a choleric on your team, they are the ones that make you work extra hard even when you feel like there's no need to do so. And when a duty is done, or maybe you guys win your contract or whatever, a choleric is always the one telling the boss, oh, I did this, so I'm the one that did that, I'm the one that did this presentation. They're always the ones reminding people of what they put into the project to make it successful. They're not reporting you. Like I've been saying since I started this thing, it's not about you, it's about recognition. Because they're very competitive, they just want to be recognized for what they're putting into their jobs. Okay, so even as a client, they want you to recognize their input. If they advise that you do a kind of card so that the Strictly by Invite event to be successful, don't just turn them down. Just listen and recognize the fact. In short, give them accolades that I recognize that you know this, you've put in effort. They want to hear that they are doing well. Like I always say, there are good sides and bad sides to every temperament. So to the bad sides, for a choleric in business, they do not handle criticism very well. Like I said just minutes ago, they like being acknowledged and seen and receiving accolades. So when you criticize their duties or what they've done, they feel like they've lost the competition because everything is a competition to them. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying they're the ones that will be looking for, I'm wearing the best clothes amongst my friends. That's not the kind of competition they're in for. They're very ambitious people. So the kind of competition they're looking for is something that will further their ambition. A choleric is the one that will be like, oh, my colleague did 15 events last year. I need to make sure I beat that or I do better. It's not about the colleague. It's about the competition for them. So they are not going to be setting traps for you. It's just them, right? So they don't handle criticism very well. If you tell them, oh, what you did is not so great, it's not really good for them, right? The second thing is that sometimes they are so focused on achieving their goal that they forget to care about themselves and about others. So they can be such workaholics that they forget to rest, and then the only time they get to rest is when they've broken down. All of you that don't used to take holiday except the office demands that you take holiday. Now why? They forget. They're so focused on achieving their goal. Like for me, if I have a lot of work to do, sometimes I forget to eat until I'm done with the job. Then I can now sit down and breathe. Number 3, they are very authoritative people. Very authoritative. Like even when they are the youngest in the group, even when they are the youngest in the office, they are the ones that will just be like, you're supposed to do this. You know, they talk to you I would say they talk to you anyhow. Not out of disrespect, but out of the fact that they are naturally authoritative. They are naturally in charge. Already in their head, they're in charge, even when they are not. So they seem to be very authoritative, which makes them seem disrespectful. They tend to intimidate people a lot. So because of the way they talk, because of their authoritative tone, they seem to be very intimidating, and they can go to any extent to prove their point. So while they are trying to prove a point to you, a lot of times they might say things that may hurt you, and they don't really care. Which is what I said earlier, that sometimes because they are focused on something, they forget to care. Yeah, so they just want you to see their point, and they might end up saying hurtful things to you just so that you can see their point. Yeah, so that's a disadvantage, because they end up hurting people while trying to achieve their goals. That they are less emotional. They don't really, of all temperaments as well, they don't really show so much emotions. Yeah, they are very stoic sometimes. They can be very stoic sometimes. Well, maybe not stoic, but because they are goal-oriented people and they are only focused on what they are trying to achieve, emotions come after logic for them. So if you want that lovey-dovey, all those, it's not a choleric. Well, they are very controlling people. They like control. They reap pleasure in control, which can be toxic sometimes. So sometimes they are not supposed to be the leaders. They are not supposed to be the ones in charge. They are not supposed to be the ones saying. But because they are so used to be in control, even when they're under other people, they still kind of take charge, right? So they are not very good followers. I said that earlier. So that kind of, it can be toxic, because then when they are not the leaders in a group, they tend to butt heads with the leaders. I would say they are too serious about everything. If you're looking for that temperament that even in the most, like, it's their wedding day, but they're like, oh, what's the time? We have to be in church very soon, instead of being interested in taking pictures. So unlike the sanguine that is more interested in the pictures and don't care if they arrive there late, they are very interested in doing everything properly according to the rules. So they don't want to be late to church. They'll rather go to church and be early, then they can take pictures at the church, than for them to be late to church. That they are very stubborn. They are just, it's like, this is what I want to achieve and I must achieve it, right? So if they are working in groups with people, because of their stubbornness, it becomes very difficult to work with them. Then also, because they are so difficult to convince, if they tell you, and that their stubbornness, if they tell you that they want beans at their wedding, even if you try to convince them in 5,000 ways that beans is not going to be good, my dear, you go still add that beans. You go still add them. So they are workaholics. Yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to say. They are workaholics as well. I already said this earlier, but I will still repeat it. As workaholics, they don't care how much work they are doing. They just want to achieve the result, because they are result oriented. In short, because she's a workaholic, even on the wedding day, she's the one calling vendors. Like, you are doing, somebody is doing her makeup and she's still like, wait, let me call the event planner. Why are you calling the event planner? Like, they have a coordinator with them, but they are still turning back to go and carry their slippers, or reminding the coordinator that, you've not called my husband. Oh, my husband's wristwatch is in my bag. Sister, why you now? Small. Let others do the work you pay them for, So they are so used to being in charge and so used to working that even when they're supposed to be resting, they're on bed rest. They just had a baby, but they are cooking soup, So if you give them a goal, no matter how exhausting it can be, sometimes it's not even about money for them. It's not about the motivation. Their motivation is in winning. They are motivated by winning, not by money. So when you want, like, achieving their goal, that is who a choleric is. So they want to meet their target. If a choleric is a marketer guy, they will walk to death. So if a choleric is your leader, they will walk you to death. Now, finally, they know the hear word. I already said they are stubborn, so it's literally the same thing. But they know the hear word. If you like, talk them to death. As long as that is not what they want, they will not do it. Except Jesus touches their hearts, they no good one. And this is because they already have everything planned out. So what you're trying to convince them to do, like, for instance, when a client sends you a picture and they're like, this is exactly how I want my cake to be. Before they arrived at that design, they had done, that pro and con list to know, okay, can this person do it? They've checked your page and everything. So they don't need you telling them, I can't deliver. They will not hear you. They want it that way, and that is how they want you to do it. So yeah. Now, after all has been said and done, I know that you guys will have reasons to be confused, but if you maybe some questions have not been answered for you, you can as well ask in the comment section or in my DMs, and I'll definitely respond to you. But something I always say here is, everybody has a positive side. Everybody has a use. Everybody is useful. So even though you're working with someone that seems frustrating to work with, that likes working to death, there is a reason why that person is that way. I don't think anyone deserves to be shouted upon or belittled or hated because of something they have no control over. That being said, if you're a choleric and you do not know how to handle your emotions, please do well to work on that. Maybe we'll talk about that sometime, managing our emotions as individuals or whatever. But do well to treat people with kindness. Okay, you need to get the job done, that's fine. You are a motivated person without any money or any outside motivation, that's incredible. Not everybody is like you. You need to actually notice that, put that in mind, care about how other people are faring. You can get your job done while still getting everybody to be okay. And remember to take care of yourself, because if you die or anything happens to you, the job still goes on whether you're there or not. So as a choleric, make sure to take care of yourself. That should be one of your goals. Yes, put it on your to-do list as well. Not just work all the time. I understand that taking care of yourself doesn't look like you'd make anything from it, but if you live a longer life, you'll be able to enjoy the fruit of your labor, which is something worth living, right? So as a choleric, make sure that you're your own priority, and the care of everybody around you that works with you, for you, are your priority. Not be work and die. We're not trying to kill ourselves with work. We're just trying to live and let others live. Whether you're the choleric or if you're working with a choleric, just understand that everyone is beautiful in their own way. Try to make use of the advantages to your benefit. and trust me, you wouldn't have reasons to hate anyone for their character. I hope you enjoyed what we spoke about today. I hope you learned something new. If you have any comments, please don't forget to leave it in our comment section. I love you guys so much, and I hope that we'll start this week and the coming weeks with the mindset that everyone deserves a chance, whether we understand it or not. I love you guys a bit, and I hope you guys continue showing love. I would always remain Abigail David Ajar, and I can't wait to see you next time.